welcome back. Today we are going over the Gerber Suspension NXT. Starting things off with the specs, this thing weighs 6.7 ounces. It is 4¼ inches long closed. It is 6¼ inches wide open. On the larger end, it is 1.75 inches wide, and on the narrow end, it is 1.25 inches wide. The Suspension NXT costs $50 on Gerber's site. There's gonna be a link down below. It's an affiliate link. Feel free to use it. It's free for you, and it helps us make more videos for you guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get into the features of this thing. This multi-tool has all of the things that you're gonna need. There are 15 of them. First, we're gonna go with the pliers. These have needle nose pliers at the top, which are great for picking anything out. It's also spring loaded, so this is pretty unique. I actually really like that fact because a lot of times when you use multi-tools and things like that, when you go to pry something open, a lot of times you miss and then they stay closed. So with this, they're actually gonna stay open, which I really like. You have your needle nose pliers, they grip pretty well. Anything that you wanna pull on, take out, get out of tight places, you can do that with these. You can see with the regular pliers right here, that's gonna give you more than enough grip. As you can see here, I gripped a nut and it was totally fine. On the inside of it, right here, are wire cutters. And these wire cutters are great. I had no problem cutting a 12 gauge wire. I was pretty impressed with the cutting power that it had. So the next part that I want to talk about, while folded, is going to be this. This is a cross screwdriver or a Phillips screwdriver. A lot of times they call them cross screwdriver. I don't understand. It's a Phillips screwdriver. And it's a number 2, which is your normal screwdriver for everything. I use this to take out screws, tighten screws, pretty much anything around the house that I could find to test this thing out with. I did. Screwdriver works great in this folded position that I have it in now. Try not to use it in this position right here where it's all elongated. This is kind of funky. And if you really need extra length or something, I guess you could do it, but you're gonna start torquing that pivot joint. So I would recommend not doing that. Keep everything just like this. Okay, so the next tool that we're gonna talk about is their locking mechanism. The locking mechanism is right here. You can see these little jimped sections. And basically what you do is you fold that back and then it enables this lock to unlock. Okay, next tool that we're gonna talk about is the awl. So the awl is really not widely used, but if you really do need to punch through something, this thing will do it. It almost punches through wood, it's that sharp. So if you need to punch through some leather, something like that, this will do it. So yeah, the awl, not really much to say about it, but works really well. Next thing is flathead screwdriver plus ruler plus file. So this has a file on it, and I tried to file some metal just to see if I could actually make it to where I could sharpen a tool or something like that. That's not where this shines. If you needed to file down your nail, you could probably do that. I did end up trying to file down my nail, and it did a decent job as a nail file, but not necessarily a metal file. So if you really had to do something with metal, you'd be there for a long time. But this is a multi-tool, and it's a lower priced multi-tool. This thing's pretty nice in that it has a large flathead screwdriver on it, and this actually works really well. And so does the ruler that is on the back side of this. You're really not going to get too much out of this. You're pretty much gonna go up to 1.5 inches. So switching over to the next side, we're gonna go with the scissors. So these scissors were actually surprisingly good. I didn't really have much problem cutting anything. Now, I mean, let's be realistic, these are scissors, so cutting paper is pretty much what you're gonna wanna use these for. I was able to capture a video of me cutting my nails. So in a pinch, if you really had to cut your nails, you could do that with this. But all in all, the spring's really nice to cut with, and it cuts paper really well. It even cuts cardboard. So if you want to cut fishing line, feel free to do that. This thing's got no problems cutting line. Okay, next tool, the can opener, bottle opener duo. This also has a small flat-headed screwdriver on the very tip of this thing. You got your can opener right here, and you have your bottle opener on the next step down. These worked really well. The bottle opener worked really well. Opened a beer, no problem. And then the can opener grips the side of the can really well and has like a little slicing section right here, which I really liked. I thought that, you know, if you are gonna get stranded somewhere and you're gonna have a multi-tool, this might be the multi-tool that you'd want, something with a can opener. Next tool is, so this one was kind of cool. I was actually quite surprised that they even were able to fit this one in there. So this is a flat-headed screwdriver, but there's like a little tiny section right here. And that little section is a wire stripper. So pretty cool. I basically just laid the wire down on the table and then put that wire stripper over it. And then I went ahead and just pulled and the whole thing popped off. It was perfect. So I did do a little bit of like a twisting around just to make sure that it would actually pop off, and it did a really good job. So the last thing that we're gonna talk about with this multi-tool is going to be the knife. This has a serrated edge on the backside, and then it has a normal tapered belly up on the front section. This is not a super high quality knife. So if you're looking for a, you know, just top-notch slice and dice type of thing, this is probably not it. But you're not buying this for its knife capabilities. If you wanted a super nice knife, you'd go buy a knife. This is a multi-tool. So anything that you would use this for, cutting webbing, cutting rope, you know, cutting boxes, if you just needed to slice up a bunch of boxes, you could do that. Now, this having a serrated edge on the back also gives you the ability to like really grab onto stuff and cut, which is pretty nice. Okay, a couple other mentions for the knife and the features are that it has the aluminum extrusion, or not extrusion, but the aluminum itself has basically cutouts in it, and that's to make it lighter. This also has a lanyard ring on the back right here. So if you wanted to, you could just drop this in a deep pocket and throw a lanyard out the side. Totally fine with that too. Just another feature to this is gonna be that it has a belt clip. So the belt clip is pretty good. You know, it's got some good tension to it. You're not gonna lose your knife if you put this in your pocket, which is really nice. I carried this for a week in my pocket. The only thing that I could say about it is that it'd be pretty bulky if you kept this in your side pocket, like if you were gonna carry it like a knife, but you could do it. Okay, the next thing we're gonna go over is maintenance. So the maintenance for this is really quite simple. Anything that you would do with a folding knife, you're also going to do with this. So, you know, you're gonna wipe it down with mild soap and water. You're gonna make sure that it's all clean. Once you've cleaned it off and dried it, you're gonna go ahead and use knife pivot lube. I'll leave a link in the description below if you need knife pivot lube. It's super good stuff, really high quality product, and I use it on all my knives. They also usually come with like a little bit of a cleaning kit. That might be a good thing to hit too. And you're also probably gonna need a Torx wrench for these little pivot joints right here. Those are a Torx bit. You can just get like small Torx bit drivers. You can probably pick them up for like 20 bucks on Amazon. Should I link that? I'll just link it. It's down below. We're gonna move on to the pros and cons. First, we're gonna go over the pros. So the pros of this is gonna be that this is pretty good. You're getting a pretty quality knife, you're getting good sturdy metal, you're getting a quality brand backed with a guarantee, and you're also getting 15 tools in one. Now, I snuck out a couple different tools like the belt clip and things like that, but the belt clip isn't really a tool. So I do think that this is a great set of tools in a small package. Let's move on to the cons. When I first received this knife, it had one of these sections of like pulling the screwdriver out was very difficult. And that was due to, I don't know if this was just like a dud or what, but the screws right here with the Torx bit, they were probably like pretty much too tight. And what was happening is it was crimping down on it too tight so that it wasn't allowing that screwdriver to come out. So I just took my Torx bit, unscrewed it a little bit, and then I lubed the entire tool just to make sure that everything worked properly. And everything worked really nice. So now I have a really well-oiled multi-tool, you know, a properly working multi-tool. So I think that was just a one and done deal. The other thing is that this is me personally, and I don't know why this bugs me so much, but can you see there's like a lip? It doesn't want to seat properly and be even. I don't know exactly why that is, but I keep finding myself like readjusting so that it's on center, but I am more anal, and so maybe that bugs me a lot more than it'll bug you. That's just a very small nitpicky thing. Remember, this is $50. Okay, the other thing is that the lock requires 2 fingers, pull back, and then fold it close. which is not that big of a deal. And I'd rather have a good locking system, which this is a good locking system. I would rather have a good locking system that locked my knife in there so that I'm not cutting with something and then it break and fold and then cut my fingers. I'll take the 2-fingered lock any day. That's just one of the little cons that Okay, what are my final thoughts on the Gerber Suspension NXT? Overall, this is a great multi-tool to carry in your van, in your house. I think this is a great budget option for the weekend warrior. I really do think that you can get everything fixed in your trailer, in your house, in your van, whatever you guys have. You guys can easily get things fixed with this. My second recommendation would be to buy a sheath for this. So something where this slips into and then you can carry it on your belt. Okay, who I don't recommend this for. I do not recommend this for the Overlander or the ultralight backpacker guy. And I also wouldn't recommend this for like the mechanic. Okay, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave a link in the description below for the Suspension NXT. And while you're down there, leave me a comment of what gear you wanna see next. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. We'd love to have you. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, we're going back. It's good for picking your nose hair. You're too away. See ya.